Hey everyone, in this voice recording, I'm going to be talking about prefectures in Rome or the prefecture, okay? Roman prefectures or the Roman prefectuary or prefecture. Now, what is a Roman prefecture? A Roman prefecture is, first of all, not part of the Roman legion or the auxiliary or the military or navy. The Roman auxiliary is in the military alongside with the legions, and then you have the Roman navy, okay, for the seas. Now, the Roman prefectures are not part of the Roman navy or the military, okay? Taking into consideration all the units, all the legions, all the auxiliaries, the legions, whatever. Okay, all of the navy. First thing to that must be understood is that a prefecture is not part of these entities. They're not part of the military or navy, and they're not part of um, they're not part of the Roman armed forces for sure. Okay, so yeah, that point should be made clear and clearly understood. So a Roman prefecture's job is not to go and fight a war. Okay? Let's just say if there's some kind of a barbarian invasion towards a Roman province, you're not going to send your prefecture straight to the front lines to fight the enemy. You need legions to fight a barbarian invasion. Or if you're going to conquer a new land to be part of the Roman Republic, especially if nature has anointed it, yes, you send your legions or you send the Roman navy, if there's any trouble at sea, if you want to invade or defend. But you don't send your prefectures. The prefectures are supposed to be, for the most part, only in the province and its surrounding areas. That's it. You don't send them off to war, and you don't send them off to fight the enemy, in the front lines if you see the enemies coming. And the prefectures are not police. This also should be clearly understood. These units in the province are not police. They're not out there to tackle. They don't do all this stuff of checking and all that. Only if it's an emergency situation. Let's just say there is a fire in a building somewhere. To prevent the fire from spreading, they go in, handle. You could also see them as Rome's firemen, as well as Rome's a unit that, if let's just say there is a riot, they'll just go and try to calm things down first. And if things are not being, if the rioters are still being violent, then the prefectures will also start getting violent and, either kill them on the spot, stab them, or arrest them, and something like that. So they're not exactly policemen. They're just there to keep order in the province, okay? To make sure that there's no crowd stampedes, because sometimes what happens in Roman cities in times of, sometimes, there's some situation when the crowd gets angry, annoyed, and there's a lot of panic and people just come running, and that causes a stampede, which can, is pretty destructive. So you need these prefectures, to keep some kind of a control to prevent chaos. So they're there to provide order in the Roman cities. And they're especially needed in the larger cities, in the gladiator games, if there's large amounts of crowds. And let's just say there's there's fans of gladiators, and One group of fans is supporting one gladiator and the other group of fans are supporting another gladiator, and they two start fighting with each other before the match even begins in the arena. They start rioting on the streets. You need the prefectures to come and maintain order and discipline. Otherwise, you'll see the whole city being burned down, you know? So the prefectures are also firemen and also there to maintain order. That's why they're called prefects. They're not called police, you know? They're only called in if there's a need for it to maintain order. And if the people are being peaceful in the city, then they'll just check for things like, okay, is there a fire spreading somewhere? Do I see, a building on fire? They'll put out the fire, alongside with some help with the Roman engineers, they're good friends. If there's maybe a danger of a building collapsing, they'll just warn people, like, move out of this area, things like that. However, prefectures are also very loyal to their province. They have the loyalty to the governor first, also to Caesar, obviously. But prefectures actually will be loyal first to the governor in the province that they're in. So this means if Caesar sends his legions to punish a city or a province because a governor is being rebellious, the prefectures would be loyal first to the governor in their province. You'll notice that they will even fight off Caesar's legions if they come close. Now, prefectures will only fight the enemy if they come close. They won't go out of their way to chase an enemy down. But prefectures, if there's an enemy that entered the city and it comes close to the prefecture, yes, they will fight back. So that's what a prefecture's duty is. So a prefecture's loyalty will lie. They're very loyal units, actually. They're not. They're the last people to revolt against their own province. So they're very loyal. They will be the most loyal units in any province, possibly. So prefectures are loyal first to the governor in their own province, and then everything else later. Same with the prefectures in every Roman city or province. So that's all I have in this voice recording. Check out some links in the description box below if you're interested.